Hey guys, it's Frank. I just finished going through the journalist workshop discussion board that you participated in over the last week. And I liked what I saw for the most part. But as always, there are things you can improve. Let's start with the things I really liked. When you choose an article on a topic that's personal to you, you tend to write a little more passionately about it, and I like that. The downside to that is that when you feel personal about something, you tend to think about the topic more than how it was written. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. Something else you did well. Two of you found news sources that existed to collect all the news from other different sources and put it in one place. I think I remember there was a human rights news website that collected lots of different articles on the same topic, and then someone found Vox, VOX, which collected a bunch of articles from different sources. So I like that stuff. What else did you do that was really good? Some of you visited the discussion on multiple days. So you showed up and you posted, and then you came back the next day, maybe the day after that, and the day after that. Dong Hyun was someone in particular that I thought really did a great job in checking in constantly. I mean, if you think about it as a conversation, this assignment, then a conversation takes consistent application to it, that's the wrong word, consistent attendance, right? If you're going to have a conversation, you have to be there. So, and that takes some getting used to. I mean, on a normal conversation, you certainly wouldn't get up and walk away and never come back if then the other person was still talking. So I know that you don't do that kind of stuff, so it just takes some getting used to with our online conversations. Let's see what else. Well, the other things that happened that were great were things that some people did and others didn't. So let's take a look at some of the things I want you to focus on for the next time we have one of these discussions. And we're going to have another one this week. So listen up. First, in analyzing text, that is the most important thing. The people who were most successful, to me, the people who I thought answered the question and responded to the assignment the best, were the ones that actually analyzed the text. They found things like diction, which is word choice, and other nuances in the text. How short the article was, how long it was, who was quoted. But that's what we're doing ideally here. If we're really going to study what journalism does, and especially journalism today, then we're analyzing text. So please, especially when we're looking at the differences between, say, CNN and Fox News, if they're covering the same thing, look at the words that are being used there. New York Times versus Washington Post. What words are they choosing, for a particular article, to describe a particular article? And is one seemingly left-leaning than another? I know some of you are approaching this, but analyzing text is important. Okay. The next thing, in your posts, when you compliment each other and you say, I love how you did this, and I love that you're interested in this, that's good. It always makes people feel good to be complimented, but I want you to do more than compliment. I want you to talk about the way they've analyzed the text. I want you to talk about what they've done specifically. I don't want you just to click reply and then say, hey, great job. That's nice, but in addition to hey, great job, tell them what they did a great job with in particular. That's important. The ones who are most successful with this, and it happened a couple of times, were people who quoted the posts of others. So if someone puts a post, you reply to it, and there was a part of the post that you thought was really interesting, you quoted it and you put it in your in your response. This tells people that you're really listening to them and you're really reading every word. You're really getting into what they're saying and you're agreeing or you're disagreeing with them. I like when people disagree, and it's a good thing to practice, to disagree with intelligence and with class and with compassion, right? Because I'm not going to agree with everybody, and I've never been really good at this actually. But something I'm always trying to do is when I disagree with someone is not to be extra aggressive when I'm doing it, and I think that is a little easier to do in writing than in person. So, all right, so do more than compliment. The third thing, and I may have touched on this already, is the content of the article is almost secondary. And by content, I mean the subject of it. Whether it's, the Boston Red Sox cheated against the Yankees or the Yankees cheated against Boston, that's secondary to actually how it was written. So if you're taking on a topic that is kind of personal to you, try to put aside the actual content of the article and stick more to how it was written, how it was structured. Okay. Last thing, and this was difficult to do with this one, but we'll try to practice with this next one, is long posts are really difficult to get through. It took me a couple of hours to get through everyone and to make the comments I wanted to make, and I'm not saying make my job easier. What I'm saying is the short post, if you can manage it, the short post will get much more response. A shorter post at least. So I read a couple of articles where the writer felt like they had to summarize the entire article before they analyzed it, and that's just not so. You don't have to do that. If you think about it in terms of the literary papers you're writing, like say for English class, when you write a literary analysis, you're not summarizing the entire book before you go on to it. What you're doing is you're writing just the analysis. I think you're assuming a little bit that the person has already read it. So that's hard to say right now because they haven't read all the articles, but a shorter post, if you can find a way to pare it down so it's a little more palatable, maybe doing it in more than one post, right? And so other people can respond to it. How does that sound? All right. So there is a quiz on this video because I got 11 views on my last video that I showed, and I have 17 students. One of the people who watched it wasn't one of my students, at least. So that means many of you did not even click on the video last time. And I know you're really busy, but this is one of your classes. Click on the video and watch it. What I'm doing is intended to be purposeful, okay? So watch this video and you're going to be quizzed, so hope you do well. And then we're going to talk about what's called the lead. We're going to talk about this in the next video. And you're going to talk about this with your classmates. So I'm going to see how well you'll listen to this video by this quiz, and I'm also going to see how much you got from this video from how you respond to the next discussion board. Okay? I like doing this. It was good talking to you. So I hope you have a great rest of the weekend and a great week next week. Okay? Bye for now.